Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to get back on the CT-3 and we're going to look in to see what the problem is with the kickstarter. Maybe do a little cleanup around here, and I've noticed that the foot peg on this side is kind of out of whack. I'll show you what we're going to do and what some of the issues are. Okay, this on the foot peg, it looks to me like the spring is supposed to go right here. It just slipped down, so we'll probably have to pop that loose and reposition the spring, and that'll all be good. But here's the deal with the foot feet, or I mean the the kickstarter. See how you pull this back? And I just happen to have the CT1 over here so you can compare it. So I think the spring has either come unwound or the shaft has slipped and has unwound the spring. So what we're going to do, I've already got the transmission drained, and I've got the oil tank already disconnected, and it's drained too, because I figure the oil is probably very old in there. So I'm going to disconnect the cables, the footrests, and then we're going to delve into it. I just want to give you a sneak preview of the Suzuki TS250. Got the tank back from the decal installer. He did a wonderful job. It's a beautiful, beautiful tank. Anyhow, let's get back on this. I'll just start with this cable. Oh boy, hope that's not something that is going to be going through this whole thing, all these tight bolts. All the cables are going to be replaced. And once you get that disconnected, you just kind of unscrew this, and you'll see the cable slacken there, and you can just pull that out and you're out. And I shouldn't have to disconnect any of this hoses because everything should come out. So I'll go ahead and get the foot pegs disconnected. Just makes everything easier to get off. And I'll probably disconnect the brake pedal too so I can hang that down. And get the kickstarter off. A lot of oil on that. Say the seal's out. We'll put a new seal in it. Spread that a little bit. That helps you get it off. Yeah, seals. Looks like it's probably gone. And you don't want to forget this one screw right back here behind the oil pump. A lot of people forget that one on these, and you may have to leave it in there and just kind of back it out a little bit as you remove the case. I think the dowel pins are kind of holding me up here. Probably hadn't been off in a while. Just looks like kind of normal in there. You can see down here in the bottom what appears to be dirt, but that's actually probably the material off the clutch plates. The oil actually looked very clean coming out of it. So far, it's looking pretty good. Well, I think the next thing we need to do, it's definitely been into. You can see where the screws have been removed. I can see that on the outside of the case also. But we'll have to pull the clutch off and get behind that and see what is going on with the Kickstarter. It may just be something as simple as whoever went in there the last time didn't wind the spring enough. If you look, let me see if I can get you down here. If you look right here, see how loose that is? I think that that's what we're going to find is it just wasn't wrapped, the preload, the half turn or whatever it is. That's probably all it is. It looks like it, like I say, the clutch has been off, the side case has been off, so they may have just not gotten it wrapped. You Suzuki owners, eat your heart out. Those stupid pins, I don't know why in the world they did that. This is so much easier to deal with. Yep. I see the nut's been freshly turned over there. I need to give me a chisel to knock that over. Just kind of knock that up with a chisel so I can get a punch on it to drive it on back. Next time you replace your clutches, make you a tool like this. I just used 2 of the metal clutch plates and a piece of coal roll. And you can see that it fits right in there and is sandwiched in between here. But you want to hold on to this. You don't want to beat that up. It's just that it's coming through there. I had a set of these that were actually a Yamaha tool kit for the clutch, but this one was always missing. So the last time I had to replace clutch plates, which is almost never, because the metal ones just don't wear out. If they get rusty, you just sandblast them and clean them up and be done with it. But it sure makes life easier. Let's see, yep, we're all together right. We had the big washer, the thrust washer, and then we've got the little washer back there. There it is. So apparently all that's put together right. And that was installed correctly. And we've got our 3mm washer in the back. As I've said before, you want 3mm worth of thrust washer back here. Some of them will have a 1 and a 2, and some of them will have a 3. And the 3 is what this one has. All right, I need to get snap ring plier and get that off. All right, that opens up our kickstarter. And like I said, this is just, I don't think it's wrapped enough. Let's pull it out and look. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. Because otherwise you would see a lot of, if the shaft was bad, it would be notched up here. You can see it's hit a little bit, but that's not the issue. I just don't think it was wrapped enough. It's supposed to be wrapped a half turn, I think it is. Okay, I'm going to leave this out for a little bit while I get in here and try to clean out the oil and debris that always lays down here. We want to get as much of that out as we can. And you can start by just getting a paper towel in there. And yeah, so this is going to be, as from what I can tell right now, it's going to be a little easier fix. I was expecting probably to have to replace the kick shaft. Now, this is kind of interesting. I don't know whether it really means anything. Looks like grease right here. See the grease? That makes me think that somebody's replaced this oil seal. And I'm going to replace them too. Well, I've got this apart because just of the age of this. And I noticed when I got to looking on the other side, it looks like it's leaking oil there. So we're going to go ahead and do some preemptive maintenance here and replace these. Again, Suzuki guys, eat your heart out, because you can do this without splitting the cases on these. You just pop them out, pop them in. You've got a O-ring in there too that you've got to replace. I've got both on order. So we'll probably just go ahead and do that, and we'll check the shifting alignment on the drum with the eccentric here. Make sure everything is lined up the way it should, since we're already in here. Now what I'm probably going to do is, like I said, I'm going to clean this up here, and then I'm probably going to go around, take the other side off. I don't have the seals yet, so I can't, the assembly will be in another video. So we'll go ahead and go around to the other side and we'll work on that. But I can go ahead and get the gear off and everything here. I'm just going to hold on to the gear with my shop towel here. And when the nut comes off, you've got the concave washer. You've got it's convexed on this side, or concave on this side, convex on this side. So it'll go this way. So you can go ahead and pull your gear off. And under this sleeve is a O-ring. Let me see if I can get that off. Okay, I usually just grab a pair of channel locks, go in here and gently hold on to it, and just kind of wiggle it back and forth while I pull out gently, and there it comes. The reason it is a little tight is because there's a seal, a O-ring, on the crankshaft. I'm not sure you can see it or not, but it's actually right here. And if you're replacing this seal, you want to make sure you replace that O-ring also. Otherwise you could have a leak anyway. But it just kind of makes me wonder if there's a bunch of grease on there that somebody didn't replace that. But it feels good and pliable, but we're in here. And the age of the bike, we're going to go ahead and put a new one in, and on the other side also. Okay, back around to the mag side. I just wanted to point out, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see it or not, but you can see the oil here. But if you look up in here, actually it might, maybe if I get you over here, it'll be more apparent. See right in here, see the oil back there? That tells me that this seal is gone over here. This oil here, this oil could be and probably is from here, but there is a little hole right here where that oil can get into this cavity and go ahead and leak out here. So I'm betting that seal's out on the back side there. This oil may be from the chain. The chain or these seals here. But we're going to go back behind the flywheel, and like I said, we just need to put seals in this thing because of its age, and I think that we have a leak right there. That hadn't been off there for a while. right, get a little oil on this puller area. They get kind of rusty. Oops, sorry about that. Whacked you in the face. Okay, while we're going in there, I'm just kind of looking at everything. The flywheel looks good. Doesn't look like our rivets are loosening up. You would see little rust trails coming out from it if those looked like they were loosening. Same on the inside. Magnets look pretty good. We'll just clean it up a little bit with some sandpaper and blow it out. And this is all looking pretty good. And it did fire. I mean, it ran, so you can see here where the screws are kind of damaged. This one not so bad down here, but this one's beat up pretty bad. And I'm looking at the screws behind the plate here and all these, so I'm not seeing anything on those. So it looks like the cases have not been split. But somebody has been behind here, so I'm going to go ahead and get my impact and we'll remove those. I'm actually going to move you over here. So I can swing here. Oh boy, I'm gonna get a bigger one. That one's kind of damaged. Okay, this, I think it's just really damaged. I don't know whether I'm gonna be successful getting that out or not. This is not where you want to use a electric impact. Yep. Took it out. And I'm using JIS. I don't know if you can see that or not. JIS 2 right there. That one came out, but the top one didn't. And I don't think it moved at all. I've got a number 3 here, regular one I'm going to try. And if that doesn't do it, we're going to be drilling it out. Nope. We're going to be drilling that one. Let me get prepped. Okay, and in this case you want to make sure that you're as centered as you can. I'm going to try to keep some of that filings out of there. because you may have to easy out whatever's left over afterwards. So always try to get as centered as you can. Okay, that should be a good start. I'm going to go up to basically the size of the screw, and that way the head should come off. There it is. That's what you want. I'm in here with a magnet and pull as much of that up as I can. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't see really any weeping or anything down here, but I see the grease again. You can see the grease right here. See that? I think somebody has replaced these. Maybe that they didn't clean this out good after they did it. I don't know. See, you can see quite a bit of oil standing down here in the bottom. I suppose over quite a bit of time it could enter from over here on this side, maybe into there, but I doubt it. I just think that it probably came from here, and this was, it's just left over from not being cleaned out good. But we're gonna have to try to get that screw out. So that's our next task. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try a left-handed drill bit. I don't know if you can see. I think so. I've got to get a little room here so I can get in there. Well, look at that. Lucky day. Better go buy me a lottery ticket. Where'd that thing go? Okay, there's the piece that came out. There's the head off of it. Left-handed drill bit saved the day. Okay guys, there you have it. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a big issue on this thing. It looks like right now that the kickstarter is just the fact that somebody didn't get the spring wound enough. So unless I run into something else, that's going to be an easy fix. We'll be able to put the seals in both sides and go ahead and put it back together and then do the bore. What I've got to do first, before I get into that, since I'm waiting on parts, oh, and I've got to get a screw. I think I've got one of those, but the last I checked, they don't make those anymore. So I'm gonna have to see if I can find an alternate. Probably call or probably look on McMaster-Carr and do a little research and see if I can get a metric one about the same size. If not, probably Yamaha is still using those, but maybe it's a thread longer or something like that. So there's alternatives. You just got to get in and dig. But you know, just like some of the other little small items. The other day I was looking for the little snap ring on a Suzuki gas cap, that little tiny one, and you go to eBay and they've got them on there, but they want $19.95 plus, I don't know, $3 or $4 to ship it. There ain't no way you can, if you can find a alternative that'll fit, and I think I have. I ordered 100 of them for $4. So if it works, if somebody needs that, I'll certainly send some your way, or let you know what the part number is so you can order your own. But I've got to wait until I get it in to make sure. I think it's okay. Anyhow, things like that just really, I don't know, they make me mad. You know, some things are worth a lot of money to people, but things like that, that is ridiculous. You know, Suzuki didn't buy that, or they didn't make that snap ring or that E-clip. They bought it from somebody else already made. So it's got to be out there somewhere. So anyhow, to get back on this, I've got to get up there and tear apart the speedometer and tach in the headlight area, and where it looks like it got probably fell over or crashed or something, and kind of bend everything back. And there's some missing hardware there. Of course, we'll get that in. And I've got a new set of cables coming from KDI. So the whole thing will get new cables, and we'll go over all that installation stuff too. So anyhow, hey, thanks for going along on a ride, and we'll see you next video.